So this is serving the interests of the capitalists who have been the beneficiaries of the gains in productivity without the gains in worker purchasing power. I'm D.T. Cochrane, senior economist with the Canadian Labour Congress. Canada faces many crises. We have a climate crisis, we have a housing crisis, we have a healthcare crisis. Those are all connected to productivity, but productivity itself is not the crisis. And the Bank of Canada's invocation of productivity as an issue and a reason why we shouldn't expect wage gains is frankly disingenuous. We saw large productivity gains from the late 70s until the early 2000s, and over that time period, we effectively saw no increases in the purchasing power of the bottom 70% of workers. So why are wages now being attached to productivity, made dependent on productivity? So this is serving the interests of the capitalists who have been the beneficiaries of the gains in productivity without the gains in worker purchasing power. And the Bank of Canada itself has said that wages can increase without an increase in productivity, without worsening inflation, if we decrease the share of the productive output going to the capitalist class. On productivity itself, we need to ask the really important question, which is production of what? Productivity per se isn't good. Productivity, when producing things that make us better off, that is good. Getting efficiency gains, having more value-added production, those things are good if they are more efficiently, more value-producing of the things that Canadians actually need. And to get that, we do need investment. There is effectively consensus among economists across the ideological spectrum about the need for investment. Canadian businesses have not been investing over the last several decades, a time period in which they got huge tax cuts predicated on the idea that when you cut corporate taxes, you get more investment, but we didn't. We cut corporate taxes, investment fell and fell and fell, while dividend payouts to shareholders grew and grew and grew. So we're seeing more of Canada's wealth filtering upwards towards those who need it the least, and this is depriving our economy of resources it needs to produce the stuff that Canadians actually need. We can't expect the private sector to make the investments that we need. We need our public institutions to be leading to deal with the many crises. And by their leading, we can get that investment, and that can push our productivity up, and it can come along with fairer distribution.